Hi friends, I'm Dave Barklow, pastor at Fort Walton Beach First United Methodist. Welcome to the Pastor's Study, our daily devotional that focuses our mind on the things of God. We're continuing to look at Jesus' parables together, and I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed last week's parables, and we're going to keep that up for this week as well. I think we've probably only got about a week more of parables or so. Jesus tends to use the same parables in the Gospels and get recorded, but we've got at least one more week of parables for us to look at together. So here is a parable. This is from Matthew 24, verses 45 through 51. Then who is a faithful and wise slave, whom his master put in charge of his household, to give the other slaves their allowance of food at the proper time? Blessed is that slave whom his master will find at work when he arrives. Truly I tell you, he will put that one in charge of all his possessions. But if that wicked slave says to himself, my master is delayed, and he begins to beat his fellow slaves and eats and drinks with drunkards, the master of that slave will come on a day when he does not expect him, and at an hour he does not know. He will cut him in pieces and put him with the hypocrites, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Well, Jesus really has some strong language there, doesn't he? About cutting into pieces, weeping, gnashing of teeth, to be put out with the hypocrites. Evidently, in Jesus' teaching, to be a hypocrite is about the worst thing that you could be called. But Jesus here is talking about the fact that we don't know when he will return. We don't know when he will come to set all things right again. But what we do know is that he has given us work to do. We are his faithful slaves, his servants here on earth. And we have been given the task of loving God, of loving neighbor, of taking care of those who are less fortunate, and of teaching people about Jesus Christ. And Jesus he says that the wise slave, the wise servant, is the one whom God will find working when the master returns. The foolish one is the one who thinks, I've got time. I can take it easy. I can treat people poorly. I can make up for it later. Here we seem to get a sense. Jesus is telling us no, every day matters. How you treat people matters every day. How you use your time matters every day. How are we going to use it? Are we going to be like the wise slave who uses it for the glory of God, for the kingdom that will have no end? Or will we be lazy? Will we treat other people who are made in the image of God poorly? Friends, I hope that today, that you and I, we can be the wise servants. Remember, I love you. Take care of yourselves and shine the light of Christ.